New York's Maple Street shivers under a snowy veil where Sunflower Home's faded yellow walls glow with warmth. Here, 9-year-old Liam Montgomery, a boy whose wheelchair never dims, his radiant optimism traces raindrops by the window, dreaming of a mother he never knew. His chestnut hair falls in uneven braids. He insists on tying himself, his deep blue eyes mirroring the woman in a faded photograph, Olivia gone since his birth. At Kindness in Real Life, we share a tale of fate and family. Liam, unaware he has a father, meets Jackson Bennett, a millionaire whose empire hides a decade of grief at Olivia's grave. As rain softens the cemetery's silence, their chance encounter unravels, secrets forging a bond from loss. Will Liam's hope and Jackson's resolve heal their past? Join us for a story where kindness blooms in winter's chill, where coffee's warmth mirrors hearts reconnecting. Snow drifted lazily over Maple Street, dusting the faded yellow walls of Sunflower Home, where warmth battled December's chill through cracked window panes. Inside, 9-year-old Liam Montgomery sat by a fogged window, his wheelchair angled to catch the flurry of children chasing snowflakes in the yard below. His light skin glowed faintly flushed from the radiator's hum, chestnut hair spilling from uneven braids he'd wrestled into place with stubborn pride. His deep blue eyes bright, despite the gray sky, traced raindrops sliding down the glass. Each one a fleeting mirror to his thoughts of a mother he'd never known. Olivia's face, captured in a worn photograph on his nightstand, smiled with eyes that matched his own, a sapphire beacon in a life shaped by absence. Liam's patched sweater, frayed at the cuffs, snagged on his chair's armrest, a quiet reminder of Sunflower's hand-me-down world. The common room buzzed with the clatter of breakfast trays, the air thick with the scent of oatmeal and burnt toast. Liam wheeled through the chaos, his slight build weaving deftly between tables, his oval face alight with purpose. He paused to help a toddler untangle a spoon, offering a grin that coaxed a shy smile. To a sulky teen, he slid a napkin with a playful wink, his optimism a spark that warmed the room's patchwork of loss. Sunflower Home housed 20 children, each carrying their own scars, but Liam's cheer, unyielding despite his wheelchair, made him a quiet leader. "Liam, breakfast, sweetheart?" Mrs. Harrison's voice cut through the din, warm and steady from the dining hall's doorway. Her medium build filled the frame, graying brown hair tucked into a loose bun, her round face etched with smile lines, earned nurturing. Sunflower's children. Her sage green cardigan swayed as she moved, exuding a kindness that felt like home. Liam spun his chair with practiced ease, the wheels humming. "Coming, Mrs. Harrison," he called, his voice clear, belying the ache that lingered in his heart, a boy who'd grown up with love, but no lineage. In the dining hall, Liam settled at a worn table, his deep blue eyes scanning the room as children laughed and squabbled. Harrison joined him, a coffee mug cradled in her hands, its steam curling like a whispered promise. "Special day today." "Liam," she said, her kind eyes softening as she sipped. "Do you remember what it is?" Liam's fingers stilled on his spoon, the oatmeal suddenly heavy. "Mom's anniversary," he said, voice solemn. The weight of 9 years without. Olivia pressing down. Everyone at Sunflower knew she'd died giving birth, leaving Liam with no family, or so he'd been told. Mrs. Harrison's hand covered his, her touch gentle but firm. "I thought we might visit her grave, lay some flowers. Would you like that?" Liam's eyes widened, hope piercing his usual caution like sunlight through clouds. "Really, I've never..." He trailed off, the idea of meeting his mother's resting place thrilling yet daunting. After lunch, she promised, squeezing his hand, "Just us." Liam spent the morning in his small room, its walls papered with crayon sketches, daisies, stars, faces of friends. He flipped open his notebook, sketching daisies with careful strokes, their petals a guess at Olivia's favorites. The room, cluttered with books and a single stuffed bear, felt too small for the questions swelling inside him. Who was his mother beyond the photograph? Why was he alone? The rain's soft tap on the roof echoed his restless thoughts, each drop a nudge toward answers he'd long buried. Mrs. Harrison appeared at noon, her cardigan damp from a quick errand, a bouquet of daisies in hand, ready. "Sweetheart," she asked, helping Liam into a raincoat, her careful hands adjusting his chair. Liam clutched the flowers, their white petals trembling, and nodded, his oval face set with resolve. The drive to Oakland Cemetery was quiet, rain streaking the car windows. the city's gray skyline blurring past Liam's deep blue eyes, fixed on the daisies, their fragility mirroring his own. "What was she like?" he asked, breaking the silence. Mrs. Harrison's lips curved, her eyes on the road. Olivia was brave, kind. "I met her once when she planned for you just in case. Her pregnancy was risky, but she wanted you more than anything." Liam absorbed this, adding it to his sparse mosaic of her, a woman who'd chosen him despite the odds. "Do I look like her?" he asked, voice soft. "Your eyes," Mrs. Harrison said, glancing over like a clear summer sky full of dreams. The cemetery's iron gates loomed gray clouds heavy above. Mrs. Harrison parked close, easing Liam's wheelchair onto the stone path, her cardigan darkening in the mist. They navigated wet leaves, the massive oak ahead, marking Olivia's grave. Liam's heart raced the daisies a lifeline to a mother he longed to know. His patched sweater caught a chill, but his focus was unwavering, each turn of his wheels a step toward her. As they rounded a corner, Liam gasped softly. A tall man stood before a simple headstone, his lean frame slightly hunched, dark hair damp under a tailored black suit. His fair skin gleamed in the dim light. Sharp face softened as he placed white lilies at the grave's base. "Someone's there," Liam whispered, his slight build. Tensing, Mrs. Harrison slowed, uncertainty crossing her kind face. "Maybe we should wait." Too late. The man turned, and his eyes locked on Liam. Color drained from his sharp face, his hand gripping the headstone for balance. "Impossible," he murmured, voice barely carrying over the rain's patter. Liam's deep blue eyes met his, a jolt passing through him, electric and unnameable. Mrs. Harrison stepped closer, her nurturing instinct flaring. "Excuse us," she began, voice firm. "We didn't mean to—" "Those eyes," the man interrupted, his gaze unwavering, polished demeanor cracking. "You have her eyes." His voice trembled, raw shock spilling through. Mrs. Harrison's tone sharpened. "Who are you?" The man straightened, composure flickering like a flame in the wind. "I'm Jackson Bennett, Olivia's husband." Silence fell heavy as the mist, the rain's soft patter the only sound. Liam's fingers tightened on the daisies, his mind reeling, the petals bruising under his grip. "That's not possible," Mrs. Harrison said, her round face paling, coffee forgotten in the car. Olivia's record said she was a widow. Jackson knelt, bringing his lean frame to Liam's level, his dark hair falling forward, eyes searching. "I'm very much alive." "What's your name, Liam?" he whispered, voice small but clear, his oval face pale. "Liam Montgomery." Recognition flashed across Jackson's face, pain and wonder colliding. Montgomery was Olivia's maiden name. "When were you born?" "October 15th. Mrs. Harrison answered, her voice tight, protective. 9 years ago, Jackson closed his eyes, a shudder running through him, his tailored suit dampening in the rain. "The day Olivia died," he said, voice breaking. Liam found his courage, his slight build straightening. "Are you saying you're my father?" Jackson nodded, a tear escaping, tracing his sharp cheek. "I was told you died with her." "They said neither of you survived." Mrs. Harrison gasped, her cardigan clinging to her shoulders. The hospital claimed Olivia had no family, that her husband died in an accident. Jackson's sharp face hardened, his lean frame tensing. "Someone lied," he said, voice low, edged with steel. "I've mourned you both for 9 years, placing flowers here, believing my son was gone. Rain fell harder, veiling the oak's branches, but none moved, their lives colliding in a moment that reshaped time." Liam's heart pounded, the daisies trembling in his hands. A father alive here, claiming him with eyes that mirrored his grief. But why had they been torn apart? What truth hid behind a decade of loss? The cemetery's mist wrapped them, a fragile cocoon for a family reborn, yet shadowed by questions that demanded answers, hit-like to support this tale of family found. Rain streaked Sunflower Home's windows, softening the December chill that clung to New York's Maple Street. Inside, Liam Montgomery sat in the common room, his wheelchair by a radiator that hummed like a distant lullaby. His light skin glowed under the lamplight, chestnut hair spilling from a loose braid, his deep blue eyes fixed on a sketchpad. The patched sweater from yesterday was swapped for a new navy pullover, a gift from Mrs. Harrison. Its warmth, a small shield against the questions, swirling. Since the cemetery, Jackson Bennett, his father, a millionaire, had claimed him under the oak tree, shattering 9 years of solitude. But why had they been lied to? Mrs. Harrison bustled in her medium build, swathed in a burgundy cardigan, graying brown hair pinned neatly, her round face etched with kindness. softened as she adjusted Liam's collar. "He'll be here soon, sweetheart," she said, her voice a steady anchor. Liam's oval face twitched with nerves, his fingers gripping the sketch pad. "What do I call him?" he asked, voice small but clear. "Whatever feels right," she replied, setting a coffee mug on the table, its steam curling. "No rules for this," a knock interrupted sharp against the home's cozy hum. Mrs. Harrison opened the door, revealing Jackson Bennett, his lean frame less formal in a charcoal sweater and slacks, dark hair damp from the drizzle. His fair skin carried a flush, sharp face, softened by uncertainty, a small photo album and silver-wrapped box in his hands. "Hello," Liam Jackson said, his voice warm but tentative, sharp eyes searching Liam's. Liam managed a shy nod, his deep blue eyes cautious. "Hello." Mr. Bennett Jackson smiled, easing into a chair across from him, his tailored polish yielding to vulnerability. "Just Jackson, if that's okay. Or whatever you're comfortable with." Silence settled thick with the weight of their newfound tie. Mrs. Harrison lingered by the door, her nurturing gaze flickering with caution. "I brought something," Jackson said, sliding the photo album forward. "Pictures of your mother." Liam's hands trembled as he opened it, revealing Olivia, her chestnut hair windblown on a beach. Deep blue eyes sparkling. "Our honeymoon," Jackson said, voice thick. "She loved the ocean." Liam traced her face, his slight build leaning forward, wheelchair creaking. "She's beautiful," he whispered, heart aching for a woman he'd never known. Page after page unfolded Olivia's life in a pediatrician's coat, painting a nursery, her hand on a rounded belly at a Christmas party. "She was so excited for you," Jackson said, his sharp face softening with grief. Liam's eyes glistened. "Why did someone lie about you being dead?" "About me." Jackson's jaw tightened, his lean frame tensing. "I don't know yet, but I promise I'll find out." He pushed the silver box forward. This was hers. "I've kept it thinking." Liam unwrapped it, revealing a music box with a silver ballerina. Opening it, Claire de Lune filled the room, gentle and haunting. "Her favorite," Jackson said, voice rough. Liam's fingers brushed the ballerina, a puzzle piece clicking into place. "She played this for me before I was born." Jackson nodded, a tear escaping. "She said you'd kick in rhythm, Mrs." Harrison cleared her throat, breaking the spell. "I'll get more coffee," she said, retreating to give them space. Liam closed the music box, his oval face earnest. "Did she know I'd be like this?" He gestured to his wheelchair, voice steady but searching. Jackson leaned closer, his dark hair falling forward. "Your mother worked with kids like you. Kids with challenges. She believed everyone deserved the same chances. She'd have loved you exactly as you are." Liam's lips quirked, a spark of his usual humor. "Even with my terrible braids," Jackson chuckled, the sound easing the room's tension, especially those. "She wasn't great at braids either." Liam grinned, then sobered. "Why didn't you know about me?" Jackson's sharp face darkened. "The hospital said you both died. A mix-up. Maybe during a chaotic night storm power outage. I'm digging into it, someone messed up or worse." The common room door creaked and a younger child peeked in, drawn by the music box. Liam waved him over, sharing a smile, his optimism undimmed. Jackson watched his lean frame relaxing. "You're good with them," he said. Liam shrugged, sketching again. "They're my family here." Jackson's eyes softened, recognizing Olivia's kindness in him. Later, Jackson joined Liam at a table littered with math homework. "Multiplication," he asked, pulling up a chair. Liam nodded, his deep blue eyes narrowing at the sevens stuck. Jackson grinned, showing a finger-counting trick that made Liam giggle, the sound light and startlingly familiar. "Your mom's laugh," Jackson murmured, then caught himself. Liam's pencil paused. "Really?" Jackson nodded, his voice soft. "Exactly." Mrs. Harrison returned, coffee pot in hand, her cardigan brushing the table. She observed their ease, her round face torn between joy and worry. "You're a natural, Jackson," she said, but her tone held an edge. As Liam finished his homework, Jackson pulled out a photo from his wallet. Olivia with a child in a wheelchair. She specialized in kids with disabilities, he said. "Her passion shaped me, even in business. I fund accessibility projects because of her." Liam's eyes widened, his slight build straightening. "Like ramps," Jackson nodded, "and more." "She'd be proud of you, Liam." The boy's cheeks flushed, pride mixing with longing. As the visit wound down, Jackson hesitated, his sharp face earnest. Liam, would you like to see my home? It's not far, and I've had ramps installed, doorways widened. It's ready for you. Liam's fingers tightened on his sketchpad, excitement warring with fear. Really, I could visit. Mrs. Harrison stepped forward, her nurturing gaze firm. It's a big step, Jackson. Liam's had enough upheaval. Jackson nodded, his lean frame steady. I know, just a visit when he's ready. My door's always open. Liam's deep blue eyes flickered between them, hope blooming cautiously. As Jackson left, he stopped by Mrs. Harrison, his tailored sweater catching the hall's dim light. Thank you for raising him when I couldn't. Her round face softened, but her voice was firm. He's special, Jackson. Be certain. He's lost enough. Jackson's sharp eyes held hers resolute. I've never been sure. He's my son. Back in his room, Liam opened the music box again, Claire de Lune drifting like a memory. His wheelchair creaked as he leaned toward Olivia's photograph, her blue eyes mirroring his, a father, a home, a past unfolding. Yet the lie that stole 9 years loomed a shadow. He couldn't yet name. The rain outside slowed, but Sunflower Home's warmth held fast, a cocoon for a boy on the cusp of a new world. Liam's first visit to Jackson's mansion promises a new beginning. But what secrets will the millionaire's wealth unearth about their lost years? Subscribe to Kindness in Real Life for more heartfelt stories. Snow swirled outside Jackson Bennett's mansion, dusting the manicured gardens of New York's upscale neighborhood. Inside, Liam Montgomery's wheelchair glided over polished hardwood, his light skin flushed with awe. His chestnut hair neatly braided by Mrs. Harrison peeked from a purple cap matching his new purple shirt, a departure from Sunflower Home's patched hand-me-downs. His deep blue eyes darted across the grand foyer, its chandelier casting prisms on sterile walls. The house, imposing yet freshly accessible with ramps and widened doors, felt like a museum, not a home. Mrs. Harrison had fussed that morning at Sunflower Home, her medium build swathed in a navy cardigan, graying brown hair pinned tightly. Her round face, kind but anxious, hovered as she tied a ribbon in Liam's braid. You look perfect, she said, her nurturing voice steadying his nerves. Just be you. Liam's slight build trembled with excitement, his oval face bright despite the question gnawing him. Could this place ever feel like his? Jackson greeted him at the door, his lean frame relaxed in a gray sweater, dark hair swept back, fair skin glowing under soft lights. His sharp face softened with a smile, but his eyes held a cautious hope. Welcome. Liam, he said, voice warm, gesturing to the ramped entrance. What do you think? Liam wheeled forward, his wheelchair humming. It's big, he said, a humorous lilt masking his unease. Jackson chuckled, leading the way. The tour revealed meticulous renovations, lowered counters, grab bars, a backyard ramp. Liam's deep blue eyes widened at a bedroom once an office, now painted lavender, his favorite color with a colorful quilt and stuffed animals. Tags still dangling. Your room when you visit, Jackson said, his sharp face earnest. Or, if you stay longer, Liam's fingers grazed the quilt, his optimism flickering. It's nice, he said politely, but the room's newness felt foreign, unlike Sunflower's cozy chaos. Lunch in the formal dining room, served by a silent housekeeper, tightened Liam's chest. Crystal glasses gleamed, but the silence was heavy. Jackson noticed his lean frame shifting. Let's eat in the kitchen, he suggested, voice light. The smaller space with a coffee maker's warm hum eased Liam's shoulders. As they ate, Jackson's tone turned careful. Liam, I've researched treatments in Switzerland, specialists working wonders for kids your age for mobility. Liam's spoon froze, his oval face clouding. To fix me. His voice was quiet, hurt, seeping through. Jackson's sharp eyes widened. To help you, give you options. Liam set his spoon down, his slight build, rigid. Mrs. Harrison says, I'm perfect, as I am. Jackson's fair skin flushed, his voice faltering. You are. I didn't mean... You want to change me, Liam cut in his deep blue eyes, fierce. A crack formed in their fragile bond, the coffee's warmth no match for the chill. The drive back to Sunflower Home was silent, snow falling thicker. Jackson gripped the wheel, his lean frame tense, replaying his misstep. Liam, I'm sorry, he said finally, his sharp face contrite. Your mom would have hated that idea. She saw people, not problems. Liam's eyes softened, catching Olivia's echo. She'd be mad at you, he said, a playful edge returning. Jackson nodded, humbled. She'd say, I've got a lot to learn at Sunflower Home. Mrs. Harrison greeted them, her cardigan now forest green, her round face reading the tension. How was it? She asked, kneeling by Liam's wheelchair. Big and fancy, Liam said, his humor strained but empty. She hugged him, her nurturing warmth, a balm. Houses need people to feel alive, she said. Glancing at Jackson, who stood quietly, his sweater damp from snow. That night, Liam sat in his room, the music box from Jackson open, Claire de Lune drifting softly. His wheelchair was parked by his bed, Olivia's photograph glowing under a lamp. He studied a new picture Jackson had given a pregnant Olivia at a piano radiant. Tucked behind it, he found a folded note, her elegant handwriting clear. To my darling child, may you always hear the music in life, even when others hear noise. All my love. Mom. Liam's deep blue eyes tiered his slight build, curling inward. Mrs. Harrison knocked her kind face gentle. Can't sleep. She sat beside him, reading the note aloud, her voice catching. Your mom knew you'd be you. Liam, exactly as you are. Liam clutched the note, his oval face resolute. Jackson's trying, isn't he? She nodded. He's learning to see you, not your chair. As snow blanketed Maple Street, Liam felt a shift, a father's misstep, a mother's words, a home waiting to be filled. Sunflower's warmth held him, but Jackson's mansion beckoned a promise of family. Despite its flaws, Liam's journey reminds us that family isn't just blood. It's the courage to connect, the humility to learn, and the kindness to see others as they are. At Kindness in Real Life, we celebrate stories like Liam and Jackson's, where a chance meeting at a grave sparks a bond that defies years of loss. Olivia's note, hidden for a decade, carries a truth we all need. Life's music lies in embracing our unique rhythms, not silencing them. Liam, in his wheelchair, teaches us that worth isn't in what we fix, but in who we love. Jackson's misstep, born of care, shows that mistakes, when met with apology, can strengthen ties, Mrs. Harrison's steadfast nurturing proves that family extends beyond walls, weaving a net of support. As snow falls on Maple Street, let's reflect: who in your life needs to be seen, not fixed? Reach out, listen, and build bridges. Like Liam's, fragile at first, but enduring with care, share a kind act today, and let's make the world a warmer place. One connection at a time. Like and comment to cheer this family on. Join Kindness in Real Life for more heartwarming tales.